Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Welcome to Network News. I'm Odette Campbell. In the headlines this evening, families being given 72 hours to bid farewell to relatives who die as a result of complications related to COVID-19. Government implements new requirements at Top Hill Home in Carriacou following COVID-19 related death. Mexico sends 5 specialists to Grenada to assist with the COVID-19 crisis. Escalating COVID cases force St. George's University to return to online learning. And Grenadian neurologist Dr. Kester Ned tells Medical Forum that COVID-19 leaves lasting effects on the brain. And around the globe this evening, Antiguan Prime Minister foresees COVID-19 to infect a quarter of the population. And in sports, the Windies women avoid a clean sweep after defeating South Africa by eliminator over final one-day international. We will bring in the details of those and other stories right after this message.
Are you a small business and would like your business to grow? Do you have an event, products or services that people should know about? Be wise. Advertise. Book your spot on GBN Shopping Guide. Be part of Grenada's biggest advertising medium, the Grenada Broadcasting Network. Call our sales department now on 440-2446 or 440-3033 or GBN plus the number sign. Email us at sales@gbn.gd. Special conditions apply.
And now for the news in detail. It's already a sad thing to say goodbye. The burden of death is made easier to bear when one gets some time to process the emotions associated with this sad reality. The ability to have relatives and friends join you in the period of mourning and saying farewell will also go a long way. However, at this pivotal time in history, some of those good graces won't be experienced. As mentioned in our headlines this evening, families will be given 72 hours to bid farewell to relatives who die as a result of complications related to COVID-19. The announcement was made today during a news briefing. We get details from Janelle McDonald.
Acting Director of Medical Services, Dr. Taisha Donald, presenting a joint statement from funeral homes, churches and government, highlighted decisions reached at a meeting last Thursday.
The following decisions were made, and those that are not already in practice will come into effect from Wednesday, 22nd September 2021. The first decision: all burials from deaths due to COVID-19 will be done within 72 hours from the time of the certification of the death. 2. Persons dying from the COVID-19 infection will not be embalmed. 3. Up to 2 persons would be allowed to view the body at the funeral home for identification purposes only. After the body is identified, the coffin or casket will be permanently sealed.
Dr. Donald outlined the options available for families and religious groupings.
4. Graves will be dug to a depth no fewer than 6 feet. 5. Families have the option to cremate or to bury. 6. Accommodations will be made for religious bodies requiring special rites in the preparation of their bodies for burial. 7. Funerals will remain between the hours of 9 to 12 a.m. However, when there are more bodies to be buried in a given day that can be realistically done within these hours, funeral directors may seek special dispensation from the Royal Grenada Police Force to extend the time to no later than 2 p.m. And finally, funerals will take place only at the cemetery.
Clinton Bailey represented the funeral homes at today's briefing session. He says both Bailey's and Lacqua Funeral Homes have secured a refrigerated container just so that they are prepared for any eventualities. He stated that Wayne's Funeral Home in St. Andrew has also enhanced its capacity. Bailey told journalists that the funeral agents remain committed to ensuring that families are afforded due dignity and respect even through this very trying time.
The COVID deaths at home, when one is at home fast, we would have the doctors being called, the district medical officer is being called. He is going out there, have a look, do a test to confirm COVID or non-COVID. We are called, we are all dressed in PPEs, and we are adhering to the protocols of handling this body in a dignified manner. The body is then placed brought to the funeral home and placed in the refrigerator until arrangements are made for the burial, which is now 72 hours.
GBN puts this issue under the microscope on the weekly Beyond the Headlines program. Panelists include representatives of two of Grenada's most established funeral agencies in the United States, Mr. Wayne Watts and David Williams, together with Bishop Martin Scott of the Hebron Pentecostal Church. For GBN News, Janelle MacDonald.
And we're moving over to the Sister Island. A resident of the Top Hill home has become Carriacou's first recorded COVID-19 related death. In light of this, government is reinforcing the senior home with additional protocols and providing support to protect the other residents. Rena Pear-Thomas tells us about that.
Government officials and health practitioners on the sister isle of Carriacou are busy implementing a 24-hour healthcare plan at the Top Hill Senior Home, as one of the residents there became the island's first COVID-19 death recorded. 99-year-old Miss Leah Guadalupe, also known as Fatina Guadalupe, succumbed to the virus on Sunday morning at the Princess Royal Hospital. She was one of two residents who were admitted to the hospital over the weekend due to the dreaded COVID-19 virus. Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs Minister Kindra Matthew-Stewart extended her condolences to the family and friends of Miss Guadalupe. She spoke of what is being done to further care for the 10 remaining residents at the home who have tested positive for COVID-19.
I can tell you that there is now a doctor and a nurse who visits the home every day for the purposes, of course, of checking the symptoms, evaluating, monitoring, and testing of the residents and the staff there on a daily basis. Specific and special arrangements have been made for the transportation of workers to and fro the home. In addition to that, other arrangements have been made to allow for some of the staff members to actually sleep in at the home to continue to provide all-round care and service to the residents there.
Minister Stewart stated that the home is fully equipped with the necessary gears to safeguard and care for both staff and residents. Out of the 13 residents at the home, 11 were tested positive, and out of the 2 negative residents, 1 is fully fully vaccinated. 8 staff members were also afflicted by the virus. Strategies are implemented to minimize the chance of exposure of the 2 residents who tested negative for the virus.
Added to that, the positive cases are now also isolated and are being kept separate and apart from the negative cases so as to avoid any contamination, cross-contamination, so to speak, in relation to the positives and the negatives. And of course, we continue to monitor the situation as it unfolds. So timely intervention can take place and can occur by the medical personnel to ensure that the symptoms and adverse effects are not worsened before intervention can take place.
The minister reassures the public that they are doing all they can to neutralize the issue. The Sister Isle has 67 active COVID-19 cases and 10 recoveries. There are 61 in Carriacou and 6 active cases in Petit Martinique. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear Thomas reporting.
According to the Ministry of Health, 55 persons have so far died as a result of complications related to COVID-19. A 5-member team of specialists landed here today. Their mission is to assist in lifting Grenada out of its present COVID crisis. As we'll hear in this report, the team of Mexican doctors will help with the management of patient care for persons who are hospitalized.
Medical experts from Mexico arrived in Grenada on Monday via a JetBlue flight, ready to provide humanitarian service to the people of Grenada as the country grapples with the impact of COVID-19. Their presence will boost the medical manpower at the General Hospital that has been overwhelmed in the past 3 weeks with the increase in numbers of hospitalization of COVID patients and deaths. Mrs. Magdalena Fielding is the Honorary Consul of Mexico in Grenada.
5 medical staff. The 3 doctors are specialists on COVID, and it's all they've been working with in Mexico. And the nurses also are professional nurses. It's a lady and a gentleman, and they also been dealing just with COVID patients. So they come in to help at the hospital and try to train a little bit more the nurses and better techniques to deal with the patients. And they're going to be here for the next couple of weeks.
Grenada started recording steady increases in positive cases about mid-August, and by the first half of September, the numbers has climbed to over the 3,000 mark. The virus has hit every parish in the state of Grenada, paving the way for community spread. Statistics show 55 COVID-related deaths to date. The medical practitioners, according to Fielding, worked at the front line of the COVID situation in Mexico, and based on a request from Grenada's health ministry, they accepted to come.
Mr. Steele approached the Pan American Health Organization and the World Health Organization to in Barbados to see if they could help, and through them it was sent this medical staff from Mexico.
The team is expected to begin work by Tuesday after the briefing with Health Minister Nicholas Steele. A team is also expected on the island from the USA. Christina John, GBN News.
And let's move on now to education. The Ministry of Education in Grenada has announced that schools will remain closed and online learning will continue for a while. It continues to await word from the Ministry of Health as to how soon students can return to the classrooms. Over St. George's University, after reopening its doors to resume face-to-face learning on June 15th, it is now once more returning to online teaching. Sherry-Ann Blackman-Stevens reports.
The university said it is going back to online learning to safeguard students and faculty in the face of Grenada's rising COVID-19 cases. The change is for 2 weeks in the first instance. The announcement comes less than a month after the university introduced strict measures, including access by proof of vaccination only. It required all students, faculty, staff, administrators, vendors, and visitors entering the campus to be vaccinated. Vice-Chancellor Dr. Richard Librosk said that while they are not anticipating a prolonged suspension of in-person classes, students who wish to leave Grenada may return home to continue their studies online. Business sector representative in the Senate, Christopher Diali, is hoping that this is a short-term measure.
I believe we need to get back to normal as much as possible, and the only way to do that is to vaccinate, increase the rate of vaccination. You know, there are a lot of businesses, restaurants as an example, who have all the protocols in place, have social distancing in place, sanitization and so on, and yet still they have been closed, and they have been resorted to their delivery service. That has an impact on SGU and SGU students. A lot of them like to go to restaurants, eat out, order in food, and so on. If we open them back up, insist that they follow the protocols, as many of them do, and of course, have them for vaccinated students or have them for vaccinated persons, allow if their staff are vaccinated and the customers are vaccinated, and the risk is pretty low. And I believe that is the way out, and that's how we have to start thinking.
The university makes a significant contribution to Grenada's economy, and this is weighing on Mr. Diali's mind.
With students leaving the island en masse, then it will be significant. If not, and they decide to hold on for the 2 weeks, then we could possibly see some alleviation. But it really depends on whether there is a mass movement of students as a result of what has been announced by the university.
Dr. Charles Modica, Chancellor of SGU, stated that all active employees will continue to receive full pay and benefits. The institution said today that no one who has been associated with the university has been hospitalized. 2 weeks ago, it was announced that 15 cases have been identified among the university community. Cherry Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
And still to come from us this evening, a Grenadian neurologist, Dr. Keston Ned, says COVID-19 leaves lasting effects on the brain. You won't want to miss that story. Do stay with us.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here, even when the future seems unclear. Because one thing is certain, you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you. Across Grenada, Carriacou and Petite Martinique, Flow has been the leading telecommunications provider for decades. As we continue to work for you, we are modernizing our fixed network and transitioning all customers to our latest technology. By the end of 2021, the new network offers customers faster speeds, better quality, and a more reliable service experience with faster fault detection and repair time. Upgrading to the new network is free. Just visit any of our retail outlets. Look out for sales agents in your community. Call our virtual store at 444-3569 or send us a text via WhatsApp at 407-3569. Remember, as we transition to our new network, we are simultaneously shutting down our older network. To avoid service interruption, arrange to make your move to the new network as soon as possible. Flow, committed to connecting our communities.
We've gone through a season of such darkness in this world with COVID-19. We've seen such terrible sadness. We've seen global death. And now we see a light in the tunnel with the vaccination programs globally. And, you know, still the light is not totally bright. But I want to tell teachers it's a great time to be a teacher. It's a great time to be an educator. I want to tell children it's a great and a wonderful time to learn. And I think God has given us an opportunity to be in a different kind of learning space. And I think that we should take all opportunities that we have as we move into a new academic year, 2021 to 2022. I want to wish everyone the best. I want to ask God's blessings on our education sector. And I look forward to great and marvelous things coming out of all of this, even after COVID.
We are all essential in the fight against COVID-19.
At Courts, we're doing our part and we encourage you to stay at home, stay safe and shop online at www.shopcourts.com.
For added convenience, our courts online customers will receive free delivery and get up to 20% off televisions, appliances, and homewares. Plus, if you shop with Ready Finance, you will pay nothing down for 60 days. Now, you can stay home, shop online, and save.
Remember, do the essential. Wear a mask, wash your hands, practice social distancing, stop the spread.
Beep disinfectant spray is certified by a U.S. EPA compliant lab to kill the coronavirus that causes COVID-19. Beep disinfectant spray is now available in a convenient travel size can that travels everywhere with you. Beep for a happy, healthy home.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
Lucky customers are enjoying free drinks, free electricity, free fuel, extra cash account, free internet, cable, and data, all for 1 year. Hubbard's Live Free for 1 year big promotion. With just 2 draws remaining, you can be the lucky winner in August and September for property or vehicle insurance for 1 year, free cooking gas for 1 year, and the big free groceries for 1 year. Live free for 1 year with Hubbard's in association with Sol Gas, Flow, Grenadian General Insurance, Carrot Brewery, Coca-Cola Grenada Bottling, Grenlick, Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Dutch Lady Milk, Promo, Danny, and Supreme. Hubbard's Live Free for 1 year big promotion.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here, even when the future seems unclear. Because one thing is certain, you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
And welcome back. We're dealing with various aspects of COVID-19, and a Grenadian neurologist has been sharing his expertise on how the coronavirus affects the brain. Dr. Kester Ned, the lead neurologist at the Campbell Regional Medical Center in Florida, outlined some of the neurological syndromes people develop due to COVID-19, and he outlined this in a recent interview.
A team of neurologists from Campbell Regional Medical Center in Florida has provided clear evidence that the COVID-19 virus causes profound muscular changes in the brain, despite no muscular trace of the virus in brain tissues. Up to a third of infected persons is said to have shown COVID-19 effects on the brain. Symptoms such as brain fog, memory problems, and fatigue, and a growing number of people have shown symptoms long after they seemingly recovered from virus infection. The lead neurologist at the Campbell Regional Medical Center in Florida is Grenadian-born and USA-trained Dr. Kester Ned. Ned is the son of a former GULP minister, Rapel Ned. He explains how COVID-19 affects the brain.
One of the things that COVID-19 does to your total body system, it affects your body's ability to produce energy. and because it attacks all of the cells in your body, and it creates massive inflammation. And when that happens, when there's massive inflammation, you tend to have your body reacting against you as your own self. Your body now starts looking at itself as the enemy. Now, one technical point I'll make is that the characteristics of viruses, particularly the COVID-19 virus, is that they have on their surface some what's called glycoproteins. These proteins look very similar to proteins on nerves. So when the body attacks the virus, okay, and produces antibodies against the virus, the body looks at those glycoproteins and say they're similar to what the body produces, and therefore the body also starts attacking itself.
The Grenadian doctor mentioned the job of the COVID-19 vaccine in this regard.
When you think of a vaccine is like getting disease, but getting it for a few days. What we call it's monophasic. Your body reacts to it. It's not the actual disease. In the past, when we created vaccines, we actually gave live vaccine, but we denatured the element that causes harm. But your body reacts to the vaccine just like it will react to the disease. And that's why some people with a vaccine could actually have a bad outcome, even with a vaccine.
The doctor says that individuals with a history of neurological problems were at high risk for developing new neurological symptoms while hospitalized with COVID-19. The findings underscore just how much damage COVID-19 can do to the nervous system, especially those who develop severe diseases. For GBN News, I am Rena Thomas reporting.
And it's so great that we have Grenadian professionals across the world dealing with this issue at this time. And hand sanitizers gifted to bus operators today will aid in keeping with protocols of proper hygiene the travelers on public transportation. In this report, we'll hear of this kind gesture made by Just School.
Junior Checkley, Just School, GBN's roving traffic cam man, heeded the cry of busmen. It came as a pleasant surprise Monday morning as Just School gifted them with much-needed hand sanitizers. Bottles of the liquid were given to associations plying the different routes. The distribution took place at the St. George's bus terminus.
What came about is I heard on the news that the busman was not getting any help from government in relation to hand sanitizers and so. So when I heard it, I brought it because I have people who follow me from all over the world based on what I've been doing. So I brought up the idea with them to sponsor hand sanitizers to the buses of the Bus Association of Grenada. And I find out the cost of the hand sanitizer, and I told them, and they said it's a good idea. And they send the contribution online, MoneyGram or Western Union, and based on what I collected, I was able to purchase a total of 29 5-liter bottles of hand sanitizer from West Hall Estate.
His initiative does not stop here in St. George. He's taken it further.
I distributed to the bus terminal in St. George's, so there's 8 bus association that runs the 8 routes. So each route got 3 bottles, 3 5-liter bottles. And my next stop, I go in Grenville. I go and give to the Grenville Bus Association. That's where I'm on my way now.
The NBA, after 1 week of suspended services, has developed protocols to ensure the safety of both passengers and the operators. These include the provision of masks for drivers and conductors and the provision of sanitizing solution for passengers. Just School said the product was gladly received. Christina John, GBN News.
And of course, you can catch Just School on Mondays and Wednesdays with the weekly traffic cam, and that's at 7:45 in the morning. He does the Market Vibes program whenever the market, St. George's Market, is open. He also makes his trip to St. David, St. Andrew, and just about any corner of Grenada you can expect to see him showing up. And now let's look forward to the new regulations. We expect that some kind of announcement will be made tomorrow. Let's look ahead in this report.
The new regulations are expected to be revealed in the next 24 hours as the current one expires at 11:59 p.m. Tuesday night. The new protocols will highlight if non-essential businesses will continue to keep their doors shut or if these workers will return to their daily trade. For the past 2 weeks, several businesses such as barbershops and beauty saloons were not allowed to operate in an effort to curb the COVID-19 situation in Grenada. With active COVID-19 cases over 2,600, it remains to be seen what measures will be further put in place after cabinet meeting on Monday. So far, 55 COVID-19 deaths have been recorded, with less than 30% of the population vaccinated. Some businesses are on the verge of collapse despite government's efforts to keep the country's economy afloat. Grenada now awaits the next move by the government to tackle the growing number of COVID-19 cases and fighting the deadly virus. The question still stands: when will things get back to normal? Standing in the tongue of St. George, I am Rena Pear Thomas reporting for GBN News.
Well, we will hear more on that tomorrow in the post-cabinet brief, and the answer might be not anytime soon based on what we're hearing. We have heard from the chief medical officer last week that it's likely that within the next 2 weeks, 50% of the population may come down with COVID-19. So, of course, that's something you want to monitor. GBN will be bringing the press conference tomorrow so that you can have the updates. Still ahead from us. With all the bad news, we'll try to make it a little light. We take you on a light, fruity note in the third segment, and you stay with us for that.
Introducing Color by Sissons. 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 Color by Sissons.
Looking for a professional team offering around-the-clock, private and confidential nursing, medical care, and aid services? Then look no further. Nurses Care Grenada is a fully certified, insured, and licensed healthcare facility committed to the reduction and eventual elimination of healthcare disparities affecting the nation. Our registered nurses will visit you at your home, assess your condition, and provide the required treatment under the directive of a doctor. So why worry when there's Nurses Care Grenada? Give us a call, 406-3928. Nurses Care, reliable, trusted professionals we can all depend on.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
A whole new level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Across Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique, Flow has been the leading telecommunications provider for decades. As we continue to work for you, we are modernizing our fixed network and transitioning all customers to our latest technology. By the end of 2021, the new network offers customers faster speeds, better quality, and a more reliable service experience with faster fault detection and repair time. Upgrading to the new network is free. Just visit any of our retail outlets. Look out for sales agents in your community. Call our virtual store at 444-3569 or send us a text via WhatsApp at 407-3569. Remember, as we transition to our new network, we are simultaneously shutting down our older network. To avoid service interruption, arrange to make your move to the new network as soon as possible. Flow, committed to connecting our communities.
And now we look on the political line. The Grenada movement has started preparations for its first convention as a political party. We get details on that from Kristalina John.
The first convention of the Grenada movement is not yet dated, but an interim management committee has been set up to facilitate the process. Michael Church was elected chairman of the interim management committee and will act as the chief administrator during this next phase of TGM's transition.
Responsibility is to prepare the organization for its first convention. We put the committee together, was it the week before? I think we put that committee together, and it was given the responsibility to convene and begin making plans, submitting those plans to the founders, because the founders is really the authority in the party that would make the policy decisions.
Okay.
I've not had a meeting of the management committee. We were planning to have one, in fact, today. But because of my illness, we have not had it.
Church further explained what would happen leading up to the convention.
Tend to do, all right, as the management committee, we are going to provide likely dates. That again would have to be taken to the founders, where the decision would be made. Okay?
The other members of the team are Wayne Mitchell, Treasurer, and Basil Williams, Public Relations Officer, and Faye Thompson, Recording Officer. The other members of the team are Wayne Mitchell, Treasurer, Basil Williams, Public Relations Officer, and Faye Thompson, Recording Officer. Ms. Thompson also plays the role of TGM Secretariat Coordinator. Kristalina John, GBN News.
Thanks, Chris, for that report. And let's see what other light story we can present to you. This time, we're looking at the pictorial in GBN ISO. I think we're going down a fruity road this evening.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISO is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Hey, September is just around the corner, so let's see.
Booklist! Check! Bag! Check! Tablet! Yes! Doctor! Check! Eye check!
Clear Vision Eye Center is offering all students a free eye examination.
For the holiday?
Yeah, man, and they have the best prices on glasses. I hear they have glasses as low as $450.
But you know it's only for 1 month.
Boy, let me go, I can't miss that. Clear Vision Eye Center, keeping students focused so that we can see the world with a clearer vision.
One of the most important and widely cultivated fruits in the tropical world. However, my roots can be traced back to Southern Asia, especially Myanmar. I am a rich source of vitamins A, C, and D, and many say that I am very juicy and of a distinctive sweet flavor. There is a flattened seed in me, and the flesh that surrounds it is yellow to orange in color. As you can see, I am round and yellow in color. What am I? Well, I will leave you to decide on GBN's social media platforms. We thank thank our ISA reporter Russell for this submission. Continue to send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
And this is network news still to come for us. What's happening in the wide and wonderful world of sports? The women avoid a clean sweep after defeating South Africa by elimination over the final one-day international. We'll tell you about that in the sporting highlights.
It's your summer everything loan from the Communal. Borrow up to $10,000 for all your needs. School supplies, staycation, home renovations, appliances or furniture. You can have it all with a summer everything loan. With competitive interest rates and same-day approvals, you can't beat this loan special. Not a member? Join today to get onto this exciting offer. It's your summer everything loan from the Communal. Apply today and take advantage of this exciting offer. Visit the nearest Communal branch or call us at 440-1755 for more information. Lending terms and conditions apply.
Valley Pharmacy offers both wholesale and retail pharmaceutical and over-the-counter products. We have the most competitive and affordable prices. We are the agents for Vic Plus multivitamin for healthy everyday lifestyle and Sonatrogen powder. Hills and Valley Pharmacy supplies the best quality, name brand clinical products such as Rescue Oil, Bio Oil, Neutrogena, Aveeno, and Clarisil. We offer the most convenient opening hours. Our telephone numbers are 435-6904 or 6903. Remember, at Hills and Valley Pharmacy, your health is our business. We care.
Now open, Hills and Valley Medicare Center, your one-stop for medical supplies, massage therapy, physiotherapy, and an in-house physician. At Hills and Valley, your health is our business. Once upon a time, we shopped at Wonderland, and then Neverland. But we're all grown up now and no longer believe in fairy tales. So now we just shop at Shoes R Us. At Shoes R Us, we stock the latest in shoes, tops, and jeans for the fashion-conscious lady. We also carry colognes and much, much more. And for the modern trendy male, we have the latest brand-name shoes and sneakers, Converse, Reebok, Nike, K-Swiss, Puma, and much more. So check us out at our two convenient locations, Melville Street in St. George and Ben Jones Street in Granville. At Shoes R Us, we say, come shop with us.
Herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 for 18-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Well, good evening, sporting fans. Good news on the cricket pitch for West Indies women. They won the 5th and final one-day international against South Africa women on Sunday at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium in Antigua. After the full 100 overs, the match was tied. A run-out of the last ball left South Africa on 192 for 7 of their 50 overs in reply to West Indies' 192 for 5. The match then went to 1-over elimination, and the home team scored 7 for 1 after the visitors made 6 without loss. West Indies made their highest score of the series thanks to a career-best knock from Rashada Williams playing her 5th match. Williams top scored with 78 not out of 138 balls as she batted through the innings. Then of spinner Shanetta Grimmon took a career-best 4 for 33 of her 10 overs in her 6th match, as South Africa slipped from 111 without loss to 143 for 6 in the space of 13 overs. Well, a high note for the West Indies to end on, indeed. And let's move on to the men's wicket. Opener Matthew Nandu and leg spinner Watan Singh produced key performances with bat and ball to propel West Indies rising stars on the 19s to victory in the final match against England Young Lions. The left-handed Nandu top scored with 80. His 4-score performance came up 120 balls with 9 boundaries. He proved to be the mainstay of the West Indies total of 230 of their 50 overs. The 17-year-old Singh returned impressive figures of 4 for 51 of his 10 overs as the home side were bowled out for 213 of 45 overs. West Indies were at one stage 187 for 7, but the last 3 wickets managed to put on some vital runs, which made a huge difference. This was Nandu's 2nd consecutive half-century following his innings of 51 in the 5th Youth One-Day International on Tuesday at the same venue. And now we move on to the IPL, where the restart button is being touched. The Indian Premier League returned in dramatic fashion as the Chennai Super Kings, the CSKs, staged a superb fight back to defeat defending champions Mumbai Indians. Chennai were reduced to 24 for 4, but opener Ruturaj Gatwick batted through the innings for 88 not out from 58 balls to help them post 156 for 6. Mumbai never recovered from 37 for 3, closing on 136 for 8 to give Chennai victory by 20 runs. Chennai Super Kings is captained by Indian legend MS Dhoni and also has England all-rounder Moeen Ali in their side. They joined Delhi Capitals at the top of the table, having won 6 of their 8 games. The IPL has restarted in the United Arab Emirates. It was postponed in May amid a surge of coronavirus cases. That takes us to the end of the sporting line. When we come back, we take a look at what's happening around the Caribbean region. And let's take a look at what's happening around the region. Prime Minister Gaston Browne believes a quarter of Antigua and Barbuda's population could contract COVID-19 within weeks. He bases his predictions on the high transmittability of the Delta variant. Jamie Rocha reports.
Prime Minister Honorable Gaston Brown is cautioning the public not to take the latest surge in COVID-19 cases lightly. He spoke on Point FM Saturday, a day after the Health Ministry released its dashboard showing 964 active cases. The Prime Minister believes the highly infectious Delta variant is fueling the spread and says cases could be much higher in the community.
It is very probable that we could have maybe 6 times the amount of infected persons. So those who believe that the active case figures are confined to 964, they could be significantly more. So in other words, we could have perhaps in the region about 6,000 Antiguans and Barbudans who may be infected with COVID.
The Prime Minister says this would significantly increase the chance of many more people contracting the virus.
When you get to that level, and it's going to multiply by an exponent of 6, then you can understand that within a matter of a few weeks, you could find maybe a quarter of the population, could be infected with COVID.
Prime Minister Brown says the surge in cases has put a lot of pressure on the country's health workers who've been constantly working over the past 18 months. He encourages people to take the COVID-19 vaccine to reduce the virus's spread. Jamie Giroche, ABS News.
And as St. Lucia continues to battle the COVID-19 pandemic, arrangements have been made to meet the demand for oxygen at the main care facility. Martinique has come to the rescue.
The Ministry of Health recently received an ISO tank of liquid oxygen from Martinique to assist with the surging demand for oxygen at the respiratory hospital. The oxygen procured will be used to treat COVID-19 patients at the respiratory hospital. Medical Director at the respiratory hospital, Dr. Alicia Eugene Ford, says she's elated about the boost in oxygen supply, given the greater demand for oxygen at the hospital.
Oxygen therapy is a very important arm when it comes to treating COVID-19. And over the last few weeks, we have noticed an increase in the number of patients that are coming that are very ill, requiring more and more oxygen. It is a very expensive process to allow us to get it. Martinique has the cases as well to deal with. We actually had a boat from Dominica who came across to drop this tank for us, and they too have to deal with their cases. So we're asking us St. Lucians, do what we need to do. Mask up, hand hygiene, isolate, vaccinate. If you have to vaccinate, you need to vaccinate.
General Manager of Windward Island Gases Limited, Lucas Lubin, says the 4th wave of COVID-19 has put a strain on their supply of oxygen and therefore must explore options to provide oxygen to the hospital.
Normally, the hospitals, in particular Victoria Hospital, would have done, say, about 240 cylinders of our oxygen in almost 2 weeks. And right now, the demand is so high that we end up doing about 240 cylinders per day. And right now, as of 2 days ago, it has ramped up to 300 cylinders per day. It has put us a sort of a strain on our productive capacity, and because we do have a plant, and as well as we do import oxygen to compensate for any differences. And as a result of that significant demand, and so that we had to maintain supply in the hospitals, we ensured that we had more tanks to be able to supply the hospitals, in particular Victoria Hospital.
The purchasing of the ISO tank of liquid oxygen was made possible through the efforts of the government of St. Lucia, Windward Island Gases Limited, and the government of Martinique. Reporting from the Communications Unit of the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs, I am Pernell Neptune.
Thanks so much for that. And when we come back, I look at the recap of the main points in the news.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Recapping the main points in the news this evening, families being given 72 hours to bid farewell to relatives who die as a result of complications related to COVID-19. Government implementing new measures at Top Hill Home in Carriacou following COVID-19 related death. Mexico sends 5 specialists to assist Grenada during COVID crisis. Escalating cases forcing St. George's University to return to online learning. The university says it will do so for 2 weeks in the first instance. The Ministry of Education in Grenada has also said it cannot allow face-to-face learning at schools across the island until further notice. Grenadian neurologist Dr. Keston Ned tells Medical Forum that COVID-19 leaves lasting impacts on the brain. And around the globe this evening, Antiguan Prime Minister foresees COVID-19 impacting a quarter of the population. And in sports, Windies women avoid sweep after defeating South Africa by elimination over final one-day international. And in a few moments, we'll hop across to Beyond the Headlines. This evening, we'll be speaking with 2 Grenadian undertakers in the U.S. together with a minister of religion as we look at the latest situation in Grenada, hoping to ease people's fears as more deaths are racked up as a result of COVID-19. We'll be right back on Beyond the Headlines after some messages.